3 reasons you should never date a single mother. Okay, let's crack right into this coaching lesson, guys, because the faster, the quicker I give you this lesson, the quicker and faster you're going to stop dating these single moms. So the first reason you should not date a single mother is, probably the most important reason, is debt. Dating a single mother will cause you to take on more debt. Even more debt than a normal girlfriend, wife, partner, you name it. You're gonna have to take on a bit more responsibility because she's taking care of a kid by herself. You will have to help bear the grunt of this, her mistake that you had nothing to do with. But most single moms, let's be honest here, are not driving Lamborghinis, are not living in nice neighborhoods. They're living in very shoddy neighborhoods. They're usually behind on their rent. They're usually behind on their car notes, can barely afford to buy groceries, and are usually struggling. They're usually struggling to take care of their kids. And when you come along, you're gonna make things a lot easier for her because you've got, guess what? A wallet, a bank account. And at some point, if you date her long enough, she will expect you to help. Maybe not initially, but at some point, you will be expected to pitch in, because otherwise, what are you doing there, right? If you're a year or 2 in with this single mom, you're gonna have to pay for this some way, shape, or form. Even if you just go to the friggin' amusement park or the movies together, right? Say you go to the movies together, you're not just buying a $20 ticket for both of you guys, right? Now you gotta pay for her kid as well. Hey, the kid wants popcorn. Oh, you can't just get that small you used to get, that small drink where it's enough for you, maybe a little bit for your girl. No. You better get a large tub of popcorn and you'll be passing along 3 or 4 or how many kids she has, right? You're gonna have to bear the grunt of this. The kid that she had by mistake with the Chad. Debt is definitely something you will deal with when dating a single mother. Okay, what is the second thing you're gonna deal with dating a single mother? The second thing you will deal with is her drama. Most single mothers are loaded with drama. Most single mothers are just a walking chamber of drama. You'll be very hard pressed to find a single mom where life is peaceful, life is calm, she's not battling her ex, she doesn't have a bunch of guys in her DMs that are like trying to get laid. You're just gonna be dealing with all sorts of drama or chaos, whatever you want to call it. But that is the second reason why you don't want to date a single mom, is all of the drama that she brings, especially from her baby daddy. Now, you don't know what their relationship is. It's very uncomfortable, by the way, right? When she has to drop off her kid with the baby daddy, or the baby daddy's coming to pick up the kid, and then you're there picking her up for a date, or you're there at her house while he's picking up the kid, and he's just looking up as you're sitting in the living room going, look at this poor bastard. This poor sucker, right? He's like, he didn't learn from my mistake. So it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to deal with that awkwardness whenever, he's dropping off the kid, or she has to go pick up the kid, or she has to deal with her ex. And you never really know what's going on between her and that dude, right? You never know, because a lot of these single moms are still banging the ex. It's just he doesn't want any part of her. He doesn't want anything to do with that kid. But she still thinks she can win him over or bring him back into her life by going over there and sleeping with him. And if you're dating her, you have to deal with that drama. Is it really worth it? Right? And finally, the third thing you're going to deal with, especially if this kid is an infant, is diapers. I can't stand diapers. I don't even know how to change diapers. I don't want to know how to change diapers, and I don't ever want to learn how to change diapers. I never had kids of my own. There were reasons for that, why I didn't do it. I've mentioned this before. I did a whole coaching video on this because so many guys are like, look at me, I have animals, but you don't have kids. I'm like, there's a big age gap between me and my younger brother and sister. There's a 17-year age gap, and I basically helped raise them from diapers, even though I never changed any, diapers to adulthood, and they're now full-grown adults. I went to pretty much all of their little school functions, plays, Christmas events, PTA meetings. I helped with homework. I even used to pick them up and drop them off at school because I enjoyed doing that stuff. brought them to ball games, taught them how to drive a car. I did all that stuff because my parents were already over it. They just kind of had them on the fly 17 years after me. In a way, just kind of spoiled it for me. I felt like I did what I wanted to do with my kid brother and sister, who are now adults, and they're now full-bodied adults. They're doing fine on their own, and I just want good things for them. And you know what? I don't want to do this over. You know, I taught my brother how to throw a football. He became a quarterback just like I did in high school. He didn't go as far as I did. I think he was just trying to follow in my footsteps, but he enjoys football. He loves to play. But yeah, I don't think it was for him. Regardless, I don't want to repeat that, right? Especially at my age, being 53. I do not want to start over. I rather focus on my business. I want to focus on my dogs. I want to focus on the charities I care about. I want to focus on animals I care about. I want to focus on enjoying my life, right? I want to focus on doing great content for you guys. In a weird way, God has used me, since I didn't have my own kids, disperse all this content on my platform and help guys. That was my path. And it wasn't necessarily to raise, you know, my own children and have these 2 or 3 children go out in the world and do their thing, but instead it's like have all of you guys like take my knowledge and use it in your life, right? Even though you're not my children, but you know, you guys look at me like as an uncle or a brother or a father figure, and you learn from me and you're able to adapt these things into your life. Maybe not all of it, but some of it, right? And even that you gain a lot of value from. So I feel like, you know, I've done what I needed to do here. However, not to get off track, the third reason you don't want to date a single mom is because of the diapers, right? I cannot imagine dealing with diapers. I think my car's getting hot because I've been idling for a while and I need to drive it. So let's do that. But yeah, another reason is I don't want to deal with diapers. Let's roll. Diapers are just not my thing. It's weird. I don't mind picking up my dog poop, like Cash's poop, like Gizzy's poop. You know, well, Cash passed recently, but like Gizzy's poop or his poop when, you know, he was here, no problem. But like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if it was my own kid, right? But those are really the 3 reasons why you don't want to date a single mom. Debt, which most single moms will have just right off the bat. I guarantee it. You'll be surprised that if you ever find a single mom who's not in debt, who has a 401k and has invested in the stock market or the S&P 500, no, or has property, very doubtful, very doubtful. Unless she was married and she got that in divorce, but chances are she did not build that on her own. And then the second reason is because passing by a school, these kids are like, a Hambo. The second reason is obviously because of the drama, especially baby daddy drama. And the third reason is diapers, man. Don't want to deal with it. So as always, guys, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out. I'm going to end here. It's getting a little cold. It's getting a little chilly. I'm going to wrap up here. Drop your comments below. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button on your way out. And if you are feeling extra generous, go ahead and jump into my monthly online program, 7 Months of Mastery below. Right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work. And I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out. Peace.